Right, we're all set. Copy that. Recording, focusing, job is a good one. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well and have had another good week. Thanks for all your comments and all the likes on the videos. It really does help the channel, and I enjoy looking through the comments, and it's a bit of a job to answer them all, but I'm getting through them slowly. But yeah, and the likes is really much appreciated, because it really does tell YouTube that you're enjoying the content. So yeah, if you could remember to hit that like button, that would be absolutely super duper. Right, well, on to this weekend. I've got a lunchtime kickoff tomorrow, Derby County versus Norwich, so championship for me, and really looking forward to that, so that should be good. So I'll be at the ground for about 9ish, half 9, armed with some chocolate for the lads, hopefully, and you know who you are. And yeah, I'm having a chocolate bar or two for breakfast. Not the best, but anyway, set me up for the day. So yeah, 12:30 kickoff for me, so be back mid-afternoon and getting another video ready. But yeah, do let me know where you are this weekend, by the way, on either our photography group, photography chat group on Facebook, or in the comments below. But anyway, this week, slightly different. I'm not going to go over that. Well, I am going to go over last week's game. You're going to see the images, but more importantly, you're going to see how I've cropped them and how I've altered for the horizons, because I see it a lot, and a lot of people actually comment. Before I get a chance to comment, I've already commented politely on the photography chat page, and that's horizons. And seeing, we still see quite a lot of images that are just skew-if, and you can see in the background a roof that's at an angle, or you know, the main actual horizon that's on a bit of a slant. And it is a #1 pet hate of mine, I've got to admit. It's the first thing that I do when I'm cropping and sending is horizon. Find a post, find the goal, or find the level of the pitch, or the digital boards, because sometimes the digital boards and pitches are different. So, or the stand, you know, but always correct your horizons. And you'll see it in this set here, because I've left my crop marks up in Photo Mechanic. Nearly every image is adjusted to suit the horizon to get it right. You'll see in a minute. And then just thought, I get quite a lot of questions about cropping and how far should I crop, and should I crop at all. So just thought I'd show you my cropping this week. So without further ado, let's jump into the set. Right. Few GVs to start with, and as you can see, like I just said, every image will be cropped and horizon will be altered. And as you can see here, I've set the horizon. It's great in Photo Mechanic. I've set the horizon for the top of that stand look, and there we are away. And again, just trying to find, I mean, that's a wide angle, so it's bent a bit. You can see that the perspective warp and that it's bent, but we're right for there. That's what I went with. That's where my eye is drawn to, so I set my horizon for the pitch level there. And again, there, look, altered, and nearly every one will be altered. Just a generic shot of the ball there, and I noticed that the EFL and the Puma were about right on the ball, so I thought I'd give it a go. And that one, you see, I've cropped that and left. Obviously, if I was to crop that right in, if we see here, I'm going to lose lots of quality. Look, you can see the quality is not great. And that's one main thing I'm going to go into in a minute about cropping. Don't over crop. I mean, this was on the R3, I think. Yeah, this is on the R3, so you can't overly pull on the R3, but on the R5, on the 400, you can pull right in, because it's got a massive 45 megapixel sensor. So I know I can crop right in, and I do say it in most videos, most weeks, when I pull the goalie in from the other end on a 1.6 crop, or the manager, I've got confidence to pull in and crop. But when on these smaller sensor cameras, don't overcrop, because you will lose quality, and I'll show you that. Well, I've shown you that on this one. But anyway, this is back outside the ground, and again, just a nice square crop, really. Now, I like that, but when I looked at it, he's slightly soft. Let's just zoom in on his face, look. He's a bit soft on the side of his face. So I never sent that. My focusing was just a bit off, look, so never sent that in the end. So that's why that's not got a crop box around it. Did, however, get that nice and sharp, and again, I've just altered it here. That's my horizon. I've used that as my marker point, and look, the edge of the building there, just squared it up to them, really. Not much of a change in the crop, but just a little bit. But again, these guys. Left a little bit of space here because I've learnt over the years, I learnt it when I was at RAF Cranwell, if you've got a moving subject, whether it's a person, motorsport, rally car, Formula 1 car, motorbike, horse, cycling, always leave, you'll see in a minute, always leave a bit of space for your subject to move into, if you get me. If you square off, I'll show you on a player in a minute, if you square off a moving object and your moving subject, it loses its appeal and its story. So if you leave a bit of space for the object to move into and crop it like that, you'll get what I mean in a minute. But see, like here, this balances out nicely. If I'd have left that like that, we'd have had a lot of wasted space. So I've just cropped that one nicely, just like that. I've kept them level, and I've gone, you can see here that this wall's probably on a bit of a slant look, and the building's here, so I've gone in a rush, I've gone with that bin, but really I probably should have gone with this building here, look. So in actual fact I need to probably crop it up a bit, look, probably to go with that there, and that's better, look. But what do you look at? Do you look at the seat? It really is each to their own, but do you look at the seat, do you look at the wall, do you look at this wall? And I think you've got to go with that wall because that is going to be vertical. So that's probably about right, like that, look. But you can see the seat's still a bit off, but it could probably, because I've not left much gap there, I could probably pull that in a bit, to be fair. But you've got to keep the four heads balanced, keep their eyes balanced. But that was that one. Again, he's just sat in his chair waiting for the turnstiles to open. And again, I've gone with that as a horizon look, as opposed to that. But here we are again. Look, now I've left a little bit of space here because, to me, they're both moving this way, if you like. They're both looking into the frame this way. So I don't know about you, but if I'd have took that in, look, see what I mean? So even though their heads are now central in the frame just about, look, their eyes, still looks a bit, I mean, I could pull this in here. Would you go like that? I just like to leave a little bit like that, look. Something like that, like the original crop was. And again here, although they're looking this way, the viewer is looking this way, he's quite a strong presence, although he's really soft. So I've just cropped it so that he's still in the picture. And it tells you that the team are arriving at the ground with this man here looking, so this chap here, one of the backroom staff. So I left that, I mean, that's an obvious crop really. Again, I've gone with these bars looking the windows, and just they're both looking at the camera, so that's how I'd crop that. And it's interesting that his hand is here, so I've left his hand in as well. I mean, some people might crop like that, but I think it just gives the image a bit more of a story, a bit more feeling if you can see his hand. So that's how I've gone with that one. Didn't crop that one because you can see the manager's face a bit better in that one than you can in that one, so I left that one out. And again, similar sort of thing again, look, gone with the bars this time for the horizon, and just squared it off nicely. He's cropped out a little bit, look, he's chopped off the frame, so I've took him right out. So that one works quite well. It's nice and centre, nice and balanced, keeping their eyes at 2/3 almost, you know, so that one works. Crop right in on this one. This is I'm on the R3, aren't I? Here on the R3, so I cropped right in on this one again. Twisted it round a bit just to get the horizon there, and you're getting the idea now. Always, every single image just needs checking with those horizons. And again with this one, look, I've gone with the telegraph, the pole here, and let's just. I know he's really soft, but he's part of the team. Had I gone like that, look, it's just a bit unbalanced, if you see what I mean. So even though he's soft, it just balances the image out a bit more. Plus, that was probably the best one I got of the team arriving, of some of the players, so I went with that one. Didn't like this one for a few reasons. A, can't really see enough of the player's face, just see one eye. But I've mistimed it a bit, look, with the pen. He's not really smiling. He's let go of the pen. He's not signing. He's not looking. There's no eye contact. It's a bit of a dead image, to be fair, so I didn't send it in the end. Really, when I'm doing my signings, I like to get right underneath their nose so that they're almost looking at the camera, but they're not. They're just signing just away from the lens. But yeah, couldn't get bent down in time for that one. Then we're back into the stadium, and obviously I've flicked I'm just looking around at players, because I like to get the players all looking on the pitch, inspecting the pitch before kick-off, and the manager's in there, and I've just flicked the focus point to the left-hand side of my frame with the little joystick, focused on him, and then obviously just cropped to suit. And again on this one, I'm up in the stand, so it'd have been nice to be down to get a couple of the manager, but he was off and gone. I think he clocked me there, look. So again, that one, look, nice, clean backdrop with just the grass, not even any white lines, so I quite like that one. That was quite nice. If I've got one thing to pick on this, I perhaps could have knocked the aperture up a bit so that they were both sharp, because obviously I focused on this player and he's just a little bit soft. Look, I'm at what we at here, 2.8. Should have really knocked the shutter speed down a bit. Don't really need 12/50th. I could have gone to 800th perhaps and gone up to f5.6, f7.1. He would have been sharp as well then, but anyway, every day's a learning day. And didn't like that one, he's too soft. And another reason why I should have knocked the aperture up. He's sharp, but he's too soft. And they were having a bit of a chat, and if he's part of the subject, he's part of the overall scene, too soft for me, so I didn't do that one. Nice one here of the lads looking into the stand, inspecting the pitch before kick-off is how I caption it. Nice simple one, very similar there, look, and I just liked his reaction with him on his hand on his chin there over that one, so went with that one. That was my choice for that. And again, just left a little bit of a board around for the crop, and just look, used these seats and that as the horizon. And then he just gave a wave into the crowds, into the fans. There was obviously a few fans just coming into the ground, so he gave a wave. And off we go, we're about there, look now, so we're into kick-off. That just needs tweaking a bit, look, I'm just going with that there really. Excuse me. And there's the corner flag there, look, so we're going with that. You look, the viewer looks at him there, looks at the top half of his figure probably. That's where your eye goes, he's reacting to something, so I've gone with that as my horizon. And again, look how off I am in the camera overall. If I was to clear that, there we are, look. You get away with it because he's quite vertical, but everything else is just on the wonk, look. So that's how I've gone with that one. Let's go back onto there, look. Just recrop that, so I would crop round him. And because he's looking that way, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't point that out. If he's looking that way, I've let him look into that space. That's what I'm on about. He's not moving, but he's still looking to the left of the frame, left of my image, so I've left a bit of space there for him to look into. And then just tweak the horizon, look. I like that. Now we're just getting lots of action now. Not too keen on this arm, but I left it in because he's kicking the ball, and he needs to be kicking the ball into space. I perhaps could have left a bit more, really, look. But then what do you do? Do you go like that then and leave the whole player in? Not really. So I left it like that, look, just with a bit of... If the paper's going to use that, they'll crop him out anyway. They'll just cut round him. So that's that one. And again, just using the digital board as a horizon marker. And here, look, this is an example of what I was on about. I perhaps not left enough there, really. Perhaps could leave a little bit more for him to run that into that space here. If I cropped it like that, look, doesn't that feel awful? Feels odd. It just doesn't look right. So by leaving your moving subject somewhere to move into, it just balances out the image. And again, balancing out the image, I've left this player in. If we'd have cropped him out, look, and squared it off, somehow it just doesn't look balanced, so I left him in. And he's just another subject. And he you know, he's just scored. This lad here has just scored, and that could be a bit of reaction, you know. And again here, just cropped in on them boys. Bit of celebration. And because I'm on the R5, I can pull in. Even if I pull it in, look, let that settle. There we are, look, it's just settled now. You can just see the change in the screen. Still lovely and sharp. So I can get away with cropping and pulling tight and doing lots of big crops on the R5, but not so much on the R3. And we'll see some in a minute. Now then, this is, he chipped the keeper here, he chipped the keeper. I'm on the R3. Couldn't crop in overly, because if I pull that in, look, see, he's nice and sharp. He's all right, and that's at 2.8, and this background's still quite sharp. Look, 'cause he's quite far away from me. But I wouldn't want to pull it in any more than that. And you can see the ball just here, look, it blends in with the fans unfortunately, but the ball's there. And that was 2-0, that was. And came a bit wider then. I'm moving with the ball on my 70-200. Ball's there, look, and I managed to just get the keeper in. And when I'd altered the horizons, just kept the keeper in. So celebrated the far side, but managed to get one before they went behind the post, the goal support post. But again, I'm confident that I can pull in and crop in on that R5. Let's have a look. Let's just move that. Move that. That's good enough to use, look. That's good enough to use. Slightly soft really, but good enough to use. And I say, I've probably just come out the focus zone here as they're running that way and just picked them up. But that's all right. And again, real messy one, this one. But you can see those two celebrating through the net, these three celebrating here, and it just fell right between these two red posts. So I just left it nice and wide and left it open a bit. Adjusted my horizon to go with these posts and the digital board, and you're getting the picture now. Now here's an example of why you can't crop in too much on that R3. I didn't want to, I mean, it lends itself to a big crop anyway, and had there not been these players here, it would have made a massive gap. But obviously number 27 is getting a yellow card. But if I crop in on this look, and hang on, let's just go that way. If I crop in like that, look, we're losing quality already. So had I just cropped in on that ref, look at the quality, how it's going waxy, look. So you can't overly crop on smaller sensor bodies, but I can get away with it on the R5. But when it's full crop, it looks fine and it's usable. And again, a bit more action, just altering that. I'm going with these railings now, look, for my horizon markers. And I quite like this pan blur, really like this pan blue. And again, I've gone with this marker here. But let's just zoom him in a bit and have a look at that. Let's bring him over here. But I really like this. His face isn't 100% sharp. Now you can see now I've zoomed in how much I've had to alter it for the horizon. If we just click on that, look, I've gone with that digital board, look, see the lines? Gone with that and that one because that really does stick out. But yeah, quite like this pan blur. Always try and get at least one per game. But let's zoom out on that again. But yeah, managed to get a pan blur. Sometimes it doesn't work. You have to have a player either running across the pitch or running towards you. Quickly hit that second button that I've got for my second set of settings and get some pans, and then off we go again. And just like the way the ref was looking through these two players. And again, I've altered the horizon for that black line there, look. And now this one, I could probably leave him shouting into that a bit more. I probably could have left it like that, to be honest. Left it a bit wider, look. Because he's shouting at someone this way. So if I'd have cropped it like that, you'll get what I mean now about cropping. He's looking into nothing, if you know what I mean. So I perhaps should have left it like that, really. Because he's obviously listening to what he's shouting. So I could have perhaps left it like that. A bit messy with this bag, but anyway, yeah, you get the picture. And again, the same with that one. I probably could have left that one like that. And I could have left it really wide because he's then coming into play. I mean, where do you stop? You know, do you go something like that and leave it really wide and really open? And like that, look. Could have left it like that. So many options. Or I could have sent one like that and then I could have cropped in tight like this and just done a proper portrait. Like that, look. Left it like that. If you just want to have him in the frame. But as long as you get that horizon right, that's the main thing. And again, I've gone with this post here as the horizon. Or these posts here, look. That's my horizon markers. And again, he's just twisting round, but he's still looking this way, so I've left a bit there. Bit more action. Real tight close-up of the ball. It was just sat in one of them cones in front of me. So I thought I'd make the most of that. This is a bit of a tricky one. Because should I leave it like that? But then your eye is drawn to these two geezers here. So I just split him off a bit and got the main subject as my man shouting. Always like to keep an eye on the crowd, get some cracking shots. I did get some, you'll see some in a minute. But just one of the subs board. And then he had a shot on goal. He blocked it. And he was just, I think he'd just been tackled, or I think he'd just passed it back and slipped over. So I left him in the frame. And you can see here I've gone with this is my horizon. It's difficult when you're shooting across the pitch because sometimes the horizon and the pitch don't match up. There's a bit of a split, so it's getting a happy medium. But as you can see there, I've gone with that brick there. This side is my horizon marker. Plenty more action. Oh, and a few of the ref. Obviously he's looking this way, so I've left a little bit of gap there. Bit more of the manager talking to one of the players. Bit more action. Now then, you can't see the referee's eyes, but you can see the player's eyes who's getting the yellow card. Although he's got a back to me, you can just see one of his eyes, and it was quite a relevant storyteller. Another yellow card. There was quite a few in the game, so thought I'd send that off. Just some of the numbers, bit more of the ball and the referee's feet, and I was a bit disappointed that I didn't quite get all of his spray marker in the frame, but it's balanced out quite nicely with his boots, his shins, the marker. You know what's going on. The referee's just marked it for a free kick, so, and you can just see the emblem in that. So I thought I'd send that one in. Now this one I quite liked it. Obviously a nice clean backdrop, and I've cropped it as a square crop, but that could be used for if there's a story about the referee losing communication or something with his mic. So I just thought I'd send that off. One of the old Sky Bet arm patch, another yellow card look, and I've left these players in just to balance the frame out a bit. And again, referee's half cut out here. Looks, I've just cropped him out, and they're just arranging for a wall, so that crop worked well. Now then, I've been waiting for this one. You're going to ask why I've left all this in. And I think I actually sent two. I sent one like that, and then I cropped him in as a portrait as well and sent that. But I leave this in because sometimes the EFL look for referees' images to use on the EFL site for referees' appointments. And obviously I'm going on there every weekend getting which referee's going for which game. And as you'll see here, I was lucky enough and it was used this week on the referee appointments page, look. And obviously they're landscape, so leaving all this space in that crop has paid off. So yeah, quite chuffed with that, and that's the reason for leaving that like that. If you've got a good image that you think's relevant for a strong story, a strong image for a strong story, leave plenty in. Do a couple of crops, leave plenty in, because if he'd say he was in a story, they could fit, I've said it before, they could fit text in here. Could be a double page spread of this referee making a bad decision, and you can put lots of text in here and lots of text in here. You could even leave it like that, but you know, with some text here. But yeah, give them plenty of options. And then also as a second crop, you could crop right in like that. Just leave a little bit of space for them to look into and crop like that, you know. But yeah, I was quite chuffed with that, to see that on this week's. And then just another one of the ref, because refs are in and out of stories all the time, so it's good to get lots of stock photography of them as well. And there was a camera crew next to me, so I just thought I'd get something totally different. Record the game through their video camera screen. It's a bit more action. I've got a few of the ref now, of the manager now, giving out a bit of advice. And again, he's looking this way, so I've left a little bit of a gap here, look, a bit more of a crop here than here, because he's looking into the frame. And then there, this is full time now. I wanted to keep him central. It's a shame they want another player here. It's just a little bit gappy. But he was celebrating, he was really happy to win. And so I left that a nice wide crop. And then just one or two of the players celebrating. And that's about it, I think. One or two of the fans, look. And then this is just going back a bit. It's on the R5, look. So just coming off the bench he was here. There must be a few seconds or a minute or two. Oh no, that's the R5 as well. That's the R3. There must be a little bit of time difference. Yeah, there is. Must be a few seconds difference on my clocks, because that's how it's loaded up in Photo Mechanic. But yeah, he's coming off the bench there. A few high fives, and again you can see there's no point in leaving any of this in. It's just dead space, so I've just cropped in tight. I suppose you could say he's looking this way, so I've left a gap on that one. Bloody high vis look, they're getting everywhere nowadays. But although you got the players back, he's involved in the celebrations, so I left him in. This one, it's just usable, but he gave a right good fist punch, so thought I'd leave that in. Did one tight. Well, I've just lost his feet here, look, so I opted to go tight and save that image. It's quite nice, and then obviously he's moving out a bit, and I got his feet in for that one. And then just some fans celebrating, look. It's really tricky, because where shall I crop really? Because if I crop there and get that lad in on his phone and him looking, don't really like him being on his phone because he's not really doing what he's doing. So I opted to crop him out, look, a little bit, just left that matey's face in here and him laughing, and he's got his hand up, so I just cropped there. And again, how far do you go that way? Do you balance it out like that and leave this arm cut off and this man's face in? Or would you go tight and concentrate on this man and keep his eyes central? Bit hit and miss that one, but it works all right. And then these two, look, just went for a wider one on that one. Again, I could have perhaps pulled him in a bit there and just cut him out and used them two singing, but somehow it seems a bit more balanced with him like that, even a bit wider, look. For some reason it just feels better with him central, because he's the main subject and he's just nice and central now. So I left that one like that, and then a bit more celebration with the manager. God, the sun was a bit of a bugger by the time it was full time. It was quite bright, sun setting. I just went for one wide one, one tight crop look, and then a bit more of a landscape one, and then just a few more of him coming to the fans, and finished off with that one. And again, he's walking this way, he's walking right-handed into the frame, and you've got the ref and the assistant referee here, so I left them in as well and let him walk into that space, and I think it works quite well. Had I cropped it like that, look, somehow don't quite work as well, so I always think it looks a little bit more balanced if you're using either something in the background or the subject moving into. And last one to finish, and again just leaving that here because his arms are in this bit of the frame. I suppose I could have cropped tighter, look, but I think you'll agree it feels better with just a little bit more there like that. And that's it. Job's a good one. And if we just quickly go to my sent files, loads of stock imagery, look, loads of stock of the players. There's the my favourite one, the pan blur, and then lots of stock imagery, look, and more of the referee and stuff. And these have all been sent in my second edits. That's why they don't appear on my live file there. But there we are, look, gives you a better view now of what I've shown you, how I cropped. Now the horizons are correct, and that's always a good idea as well. When there's a corner, just fire away and get as much stock as you can, top half of the players. That quite often works. As you can see, just plenty of the same stuff, but it looks better without that box round, doesn't it? There's that one that's been used on this week's EFL page. And yeah, I don't think there's many more to show you. There we are, that works quite well, look, when it's cropped in and you can see it at full frame. And then just these few to finish. Again, works quite well, look, just the high vis that's annoying, isn't it? But anyway, there we are, you get the picture. Square crop look, works quite well. When you can't see the other stuff, the unused bit, it works quite well, that, because he's nice and central. And yeah, job's are good, and there we are to finish. Well, I hope that's helped you out, guys. Number one thing to take out of that, horizons. Always correct your horizons. That is the number one thing to do on every single edit, on every single image. Horizons. I can't say it enough. I'm sure quite a few of you have seen me commenting on the photography chat page on the group on Facebook. Horizons. Check your horizons. Because for anyone who's looking at your imagery, if an agent might be looking to take someone new on, the first thing anyone says is, or looks at and checks out, are the horizons. So always, I can't say it enough, horizons. But yeah, and obviously, hopefully that's helped you out with a bit of cropping. And don't crop in too tight if you've got a body with a smallish sensor. But if you've got the bigger sensor, or you're shooting in RAW, don't forget I shoot in JPEG, so I can't pull in much. You can always pull in a bit more when you're shooting in RAW, obviously, but I just don't have time to convert and send off. I just shoot in JPEG, keep it nice and simple. But yeah, I'm quite lucky with the R5 that it's got a big sensor and I can pull right in. But yeah, so always bear that in mind. Don't crop too much and lose quality. Keep that quality. But yeah, anyway, look forward to your comments, guys. Let me know if there's anything that you do differently on your cropping, but I'm sure and I hope you all do the horizon bit right anyway. But yeah, let me know where you're shooting tomorrow, guys. Have a great weekend. Catch up next week. Jobs are good.